Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me again on this YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content. And if you have any content that you would like me to react to, anything at all, please go ahead and place it in the comment section below. All right. So thank you guys. As you can see from the title, why the red pill and the manosphere is failing, and I'm definitely going to give you tidbits on that, my thoughts on it. So let's get it started. All right, so we all know about this whole red pill, blue pill concept, right? We, if you don't know, I'm gonna let you know right here, right now. So basically, it started off from this film. You know, hold on a second. Sorry, you guys. Started off with this um, film, The Matrix. If you haven't seen it, it is actually an awesome film, and they do have sequels. Okay, they have multiple. I think four to be exact. But basically, The Matrix is a film where this ordinary guy has his regular job, and he ends up somehow. Not to give too many details for those who haven't watched it, somehow he ends up into a whole nother world. Okay, and basically, that's where this concept of red pill, blue pill came from. And I'm going to explain exactly what that is. Okay, so blue pill is the idea or concept of living in a false reality, being a person in a forever delusional mindset. And red pill is the idea or concept of living in reality and understanding uncomfortable truths, being a person who is always stoic. Okay, so we all, now for those that already know about this, the red pill community is mostly, it's predominantly men, okay? And it's also coming from a place of a part of YouTube where they used to call it the Manosphere, right? And the Manosphere is, a space where men go to be able to actually talk, conversate, really get into it in regards to dating, relationships, financial stability, how to take better care of themselves, better manage themselves in this world, because there are not a lot of platforms that do offer those kinds of things to men. You see a lot of platforms more so tailor these things towards women, how to be boss chicks, how to take care of our day-to-day, taking care of hygiene, taking care of our finances. We have a lot of platforms on you, not just YouTube, but on any platform really that has a lot of space to talk about that with women, especially in regards to relationships. And the manosphere is definitely prone to that. And you've had, men like Andrew Tate, and Myron Gaines. Both of them played a big part of creating this red pill community in the manosphere, within the manosphere, and they definitely took it by storm. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about them in a second. But the one that really tailored this, the one that really brought the manosphere, this red pill ideology out more so than any, is most definitely the late Kevin Samuels. Yeah, Kevin Samuels was one of those ones who definitely delved more in truth. Now, how he presented that truth was sometimes a little he considered rude. He'd cuss people out, things like that. In his passing, he did pass away a few years ago, but this man, honestly, I was a fan of his before his passing. I also looked into him a little bit more and found that he was on YouTube for a long time, and he wasn't just giving advice to women, but he was definitely giving advice to men, especially in how to groom themselves, things of that nature. So he was definitely one of those ones who did an amazing job in creating good men. He was one of those ones, I would say, even though, again, the way he would go about it was a little, again, a little rude, make a lot of people mad, but it's not like he lied. A lot of the time, he wasn't trying to criticize people to hurt them or to hurt their feelings. but he mostly did it because he's like, look, I'm going to help you. If you want the answers, I'll give them to you. And he was also of that generation. He's an older gentleman. So yeah, he comes from a generation where it's like, look, you just going to listen or and take this advice, or you can leave it and you can go, you know. And a lot of people really enjoyed seeing that kind of content, seeing that kind of truth. Unfortunately, it did, after his passing, some folks did take that over, and not in a good way. Not in a good way, not at all. They took over this whole red pill manosphere thing, and they ended up changing it up. I mean, messing some things up for a lot of men out there in the world. Now, I would consider that the red pill and manosphere takeover. Okay, this is where you got a lot of men out there on this platform that are now taking over, and they're trying to share their ideas on how to be more manly, more ways on how to be financially great. However, it didn't go as far as to actually help men. In fact, a lot of these men in the manosphere started robbing men blind. They were utilizing this kind of content to basically take men's money, take their money, including women too, but mostly men. I bring back the Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines. Both of these gentlemen are just examples of what I mean. Both of them have created this kind of mentality where they give somewhat advice. Some of it is okay, but a majority of it is very toxic, very bad, and it created a lot of angry men on top of that. Not to mention that they would have these packages where they would sell men saying, hey, if you want to learn how to grow your money, spend $1,500 on my course, selling false courses, selling all these different things, taking a bunch of money from all these people, and then not actually producing anything that meant well, not actually producing anything that actually helped them to gain the financial means. Instead, what it did was I would say it created a lot of angry men out there. I think it definitely created created some angry dudes out there, just mad at the world. They're not getting what they are looking for. And these men change up, and it's after a few years, you know, these men are fuming. They're not happy with the results. They're not getting the dates that they want. They're not getting what they feel that they deserve. And it's a lot of young men, unfortunately. So it's like you can say Kevin Samuels in a way kind of left a hole for a lot of these guys. And unfortunately, now you gotta deal with who's actually giving the right advice. You gotta watch out for things like that. And these men that are now angry and mad because they're not getting what they want, or not getting what they feel like they deserve, I consider them to be red pill extremists. So their response to not getting the men, not getting the women that they want, they are now wanting to punish women for not doing it. And when it comes to the dating scene, I mean, it's absolutely horrible. We're talking, nobody's asking anybody out anymore. Everybody is more so doing the online thing. They're going on dating apps and they're swipe right, swipe left type of thing. And there's no substance to it. And people are not getting in relationships anymore. People are not willing to like love and thrive in this anymore. Like you got so many of them that are just hurt in and of itself. They're just hurt. And again, they take their frustrations out on other women. You notice with Myron Gaines, you know, with him, Myron Gaines is one of those ones who definitely brought about this anger-filled ideology. He's always constantly downplaying women. He brings a lot of women who are OnlyFans. He considers them bimbos, whatever have you. They go onto this platform, and he always shuts them down, ready to argue with them, he's ready to go ham on them. He kicks them out, and that's how he got and garnered so many subscribers. Now he's been demonetized, thankfully, because of everything that he has been doing. And honestly, like I said, he's the type of person that produces these angry-filled dudes. He tells men that they should punish women. He said a lot of terrible things about women, especially Black women. He's gone hard in the paint, and it's like I said, it brings about just the worst of the worst. Okay, out of men, unfortunately, and it's unfortunate, honestly. And this dude, this is the guy who can't keep a woman to save his life. Any woman that he's ever gotten to, no women want to date him anymore, because of the type of person he is, the type, how he moves, how he acts, and he doesn't teach women, teach men, or Andrew Tate as well. Neither one of them actually teach men on how to maintain a stable relationship or how to keep a very healthy relationship. Instead, we're seeing, again, a lot of people who are trying to build relationships from online. We see a lot of people who are trying to get their get back because their dating lives didn't go so well. We see it. We see it, you guys. And it's truly unfortunate that this is happening. Yeah, you have a lot of these guys, where again, like I said, they're trying to find ways of punishing women, and it could be for anything. It could be even something small. And now we're left with, well, how on earth are we going to have relationships? I mean, you notice that we're so apart. Nobody wants to speak to one another. Nobody actually wants to talk with one another. Just yelling, screaming at one another. Nobody really wants to actually get into a very healthy relationship. I mean, I still believe in being in a healthy relationship. I still believe in having healthy marriages. Of course, God has to be front and center, but we don't have that right now. We have just a lot of angry filled people. And like I said, right now, it's even worse because a lot of men out there who follow these platforms, they go so hard on trying to kill people, and just even going as far as to trying to humiliate women in any way that they can as well, because they're angry. Like I said, they're not getting what they want. They're not getting what they feel they deserve. And like I said, if Kevin Samuels was still here, I think he would be able to help with that a little bit more. But unfortunately, again, he passed away. So it definitely left some problems. So we're not seeing happy, healthy relationships anymore. We're seeing a lot of destruction. And this is why I say the Manosphere and the Red Pill community is failing and why it's not working anymore. Because the result is you got a bunch of angry men who are trying so hard to, I guess, live up this lifestyle, so to speak, that a lot of these platforms, a lot of these guys in that Red Pill Manosphere, the community, are trying to push. They're like, hey, get your bread up. You can be with as many women as you want. You don't have to be in a healthy relationship. And those are all problems, and we all know that. We all see the big issue with not being in a healthy relationship. Truth of the matter is when you're not in a relationship, when you're not married, you have all these problems that come across. For instance, you have unplanned pregnancies. How many times have we seen it where you are in a situationship, whatever have you, you haven't committed yourself to Christ or into marriage, or being committed to someone, and you end up having unplanned pregnancies, multiple baby daddies, multiple baby mamas. Okay, I know a lot of men, especially the red pill men, very extremist red pill men. Let me pinpoint that. Okay, you guys, I'm not talking about all men, because there are decent, loving men out there in the world that we do need to push for and we need to aim for. But the red pill extremists, they like to always, talk about how, oh yeah, you got all these women with baby daddies. They got multiple baby daddies. Don't date them. It's not worth it. But then you tend to forget that there are men out there who are with multiple baby mamas, and they say, oh yeah, still striving, be a man, man. And it's like, nah, bro. It's like at the end of the day, I think everybody just well, not everybody, but there are people out there who deserve to be in a relationship and they went through hard times, and it is what it is. Um, However, hindsight, um, you just have these. Okay, and yeah, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yes, I'm saying you got a lot of men out there. Like I said, they're hurt. They're hurting, and you gotta. I look at it like this: not being in a relationship also means you get a lot of STDs as well, and that's being passed around a lot. I've been seeing a lot of headlines, especially out in Atlanta, here in Cali. I believe Texas as well. There's several places out here in the U.S. where HIV is running rampant, herpes, all that stuff is running rampant because people are having unprotected sex. They're just doing whatever they want, and they're not really thinking logically about how they're moving. And that's another problem that I have with the Manosphere is that you have a lot of those men on the Manosphere that try to push the idea of you can be with as many women as you want. The truth of the matter is, and let's just call it like it is, you're producing what you claim you don't want men to have. You're always saying, a lot of these dudes are always saying how, oh yeah, we don't need we don't need to be committed. We got money, we got this, that, and the third. Don't be with the woman with multiple baby daddies, this, that, and the third. But if you're telling men to go out and sleep with a bunch of women, they're producing that in a sense. So it's like a lot of that talk that they have, red pill talk, the extremists tend to aim for that, where they tell you one thing and then do the totally opposite, and it's crazy. But yeah, you guys, that's kind of all I have here for today. Just the truth of the matter is, again, this is honestly how I feel about it. It's 1 second. All right, so thank you so much for hopping onto my channel. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please, again, like, subscribe, share, comment, and if you have anything in the comment section, if you have anything for me to react to, please relate it to the comment section. Thank you guys. Peace and blessings.